Hey there, boys and girls, parents and teachers. Today I wanted to show you problem number 9 on the 3rd grade math surgery. But in order to do that, my attention getter is going to be practicing what I call karate math with the 4 operations with you. So I'm going to do it very slowly, and then you guys can do it with me. First, we're going to show you what the operations look like. Then we'll show you some words that go with them. All right, so here we go. Sum. Huh. So you make a T, a lowercase t, with making sure that your arms are completely horizontal and vertical. Difference. Huh. And sometimes if there's a two-step problem that's subtracting both times, you would say difference. Huh. Difference. Huh. So difference is that line that subtracts a number from another number. Product. Huh. Now we have two diagonal lines at a 45-degree angle. And the hardest one is division, which we would say quotient. So we would go, huh, the dividing line, huh, the numerator, and huh, the denominator. So let's put them all together, and you guys say what I say and do what I do. Life happens at full speed, but reading, writing, and math happen in slow motion, one detail at a time. Sum plus add. Huh. Now you guys try that. Do it with me. Sum plus add. And everybody grunt. Let's see who can grunt the loudest. Huh. We can all eventually be black belts in karate once we see one of those words that we'll know we're adding, that we're doing the sum, that we're using the word plus. Difference, subtract, minus. Huh. How much left? You subtract. How much left? You subtract. How much more? You subtract. How much change? You subtract. Something you subtract. When I say something we're comparing two different things. If I say Mr. MacDonald can run the mile in 12 minutes, your teacher can run the mile in 7 minutes. How much faster? Something you subtract. So you would subtract my speed minus your teacher's speed. Or we could compare heights. Mr. MacDonald is 5 feet 10 inches tall. Mr. Garza, whatever your teacher's name might be, is 6 foot 3 inches tall. How much taller? Okay, how much shorter? So it's something that means we're comparing. You subtract. Our next one is product. Huh. Product times multiply. Huh. Quotient. Huh. 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 Divide. The dividend divided by the divisor equals the quotient. The numerator in a fraction divided by the denominator in a fraction equals the quotient. Improper fraction, the bigger number is on top. Who? Proper fraction, the bigger number is on the bottom. Who? So keep that in mind so that when we look at this problem in a few minutes, you'll know just by seeing the symbol that we're going to look at which operation that they're talking about. So let's take a look at it. Here we go. Problem number 9 came from question number 28 on the 3rd grade test from 2019. It only got 58%, 50, let me make sure I say that right, 58% in Texas in May. It was reporting category 2, student expectation 3.5C. And because it says supporting, it means you students should have learned this in 2nd grade, because supporting means that your 2nd grade math teachers were supposed to support you in this and make sure that you came to 3rd grade knowing the different operations. So let's see which statement is true. So something that to remember is, when you're going to say true, which statement, singular, is true. That means only one can be true and 3 will be false. So what we're looking for is the only one of the 4 that's true. So let's go ahead and read our problem. We have our read, underline, label, eliminate, and explain, and select your answer in the book and Scantron. There are 24 girls in 3rd grade. There's the girls, I've labeled it. This expression shows the number of boys in the same grade. Well, the boys have a minus sign and then 5. And so when I put 24 minus 5 together, they're saying that means that there are not more boys, that there are less. So we see that minus sign, so we'll say, huh, subtract, minus, difference. And we already did the karate math operations. So let's see which one's true. There are 5 more boys than girls in 3rd grade. As soon as you see the word 5 more boys, we know that's not true, because we would have to be adding and we needed to subtract. There are 5 less girls than boys. Less girls? No. That's exactly what we just finished saying in letter A, because 5 more boys is the same as 5 less girls. And so since that's the same thing said in 2 different ways, if it's not true, then it's not true. There are 5 less boys, let's see if less boys, there it is, than girls in 3rd grade. Subtract, less. How much less? You subtract. So the only 2 answers that were possible so far were B and D, but it said less girls, and we already know that there's more girls. You have to look carefully, because if barely more than half the kids in 3rd grade got this one correct, boys and girls, we have to really look carefully at what the words are that they're saying. There are 1/5. So fraction is 1 divided by 5. That means less boys than girls. So we're going to take the girls and divide them by 5. And so that would look like this. And to take this number, the 24, and we would say times 1/5, or, which is the same thing as saying 24 times 1, 24 divided by 5. And that's not what they were saying. There was nothing about division or multiplication. It was just a subtraction sign. So the only answer that's going to work is letter C. We'll make a tiny circle, put a C right there next to it, fill it in, and then next to the 9 on the question, we'll put a C. So the 9C in the book will match the 9C in the Scantron. That way we'll say, oh, here's my answer in the book, and here's my selection in the Scantron, and then you can check your work to make sure we don't have a mistake. So I would practice. Sometimes, boys and girls, the way that you would do something like this is you would get hopefully 29 students together, and you could actually have 24 girls holding a little sign that says girl, and 5 boys holding a sign that says boy. And so if we take away the 5 boys, we would see how many are left. That's 19, and that's less boys, letter C. So let's make sure we practice our operations. I'll do it one more time with you. Sum, plus, add, who, difference, subtract, minus, who, product, times, multiply, who, quotient, divide, remainder, product. There's lots of things that we need to know, because what you multiply gives you an answer, then you subtract and you have a remainder. Once you subtract, how much more? And so division is huh, the dividing line, huh. And learn those words, boys and girls, like numerator and denominator. Dividend divided by the divisor. Proper fraction, huh, bit smaller number on top. Improper fraction, huh, sorry, improper fraction, huh, bigger number on the top. So there you go, boys and girls. Practice your karate math so that as soon as you see a symbol, your brain will make you say things and do things, and that's called the visual, verbal, auditory, and kinesthetic response for problems that are difficult, or at least seem difficult to us. You guys have a great day.